coach every game, leading the way, guiding them to victory every single day. With the Raiders here from straw, victory's not forevermore. In the field, we take the lead. Hudson Raiders shine. Girls unite, feel the vibe. Champions in the summertime. With the Raiders here from straw, victory's not forevermore. Rated girls, strong and fought and free, dribbling down the field for all the world to see. Passing, shooting, scoring goals with power and with grace. Hudson Raiders soccer, setting the pace. Hear the cheers of whistles blow.
Go Raiders, go Raiders, go!
With the Raiders here from straw, victory's not forevermore. All apes challenge their foes, but the Raiders rise. Everyone knows, let's see coach every game, leading the way, guiding them to victory every single day. With the Raiders here from straw, victory's not forevermore. In the field, we take the lead. Hudson Raiders shine. Girls unite, feel the vibe. Champions in heroes roar. Victory's not forevermore.
Good evening and welcome to Hudson High School's Raider Stadium for tonight's matchup of girls soccer between the visiting Menomonie High School Mustangs and your hometown Hudson Raiders. Tonight is youth night and we would like to welcome all youth soccer players and their families to today's game to cheer on your Hudson Raiders. Tonight's activities include halftime on-field activities and an autograph session at the end of the game. Lined up with the team today are ball kids from our own Western Wisconsin Football Club 2011 G team, as well as some of our other future Raiders soccer players. If you would now turn your attention to the scoreboard for a message from this year's captains.
In line with the WIA and Big Rivers Conference, Hudson High School requires good sportsmanship at education-based athletic events. Admission to an event is a privilege, and with that privilege comes responsibility. Responsibility to conduct oneself in a respectful manner, where the event is enjoyable for athletes, coaches, officials, and fans.
Lastly, please be reminded that the state law prohibits the use of alcohol, tobacco, and drug products in the area used by public schools. Would you all please rise and honor America by removing your hats for the national anthem?
Fifth one. Oh, Nora Keach. No, Nora. Thank you to Natalie Ramthen, Britta Holter, Matea Langenau, Morgan Monroe, and Nora Keach for performing the anthem for us tonight. And now for tonight's starting lineups. For the Mustangs, number 0, Elizabeth Doran. Number 2, Alyssa Benrud. Number 3, Anna Bast. Number 7, Olive Yonko. Number 9, Lauren Alexander. Number 11, Caitlin Bossany. Number 13, Paula Flores. Number 16, Sydney Norby. Number 18, Marie Zunker. Number 22, Sophia McNally. And number 24, Daisy Swanepoel. The Mustangs are coached by Megan Frank, Gary Johnson, and Hudson High School legend alumni, Lauren Shuckle.
It's a dangerous love affair. Can't be scared when it goes down. Got a problem? Tell me now. Only thing that's on my mind is who's gonna run this town tonight. Who's gonna run this town tonight? We gonna run this town.
We are, yeah, I said it, we are. This is Rock Nation. Pledge your allegiance. Get your boutiques on. All black.
And now for your hometown Raiders. Number 0, Hannah Kendhammer. Number 2, Maggie Salama. Number 3, Ava Brown. Number 7, Maggie McConnell. Number 9, Britta Holter. Number 11, Armana Rancinici. Number 14, Reina Fort. Number 15, Lindsay Ferrara. Number 19, Nevaeh Tillman. Number 21, Lily Rouleau. And number 22, Natalie Rampton. The Raiders are coached by Aaron Gehring and Kyle Flanagan. Special announcement to all the youth in attendance: when there are 3 minutes remaining in the half, please make your way to the north staircase, that's the one closest to the school, to participate in halftime activities on the field. Thanks everybody, let's have a great game. All right, folks, welcome to another River Channel broadcast of Hudson High School Girls Soccer. We are at Hudson Raider Stadium here in Hudson, Wisconsin, on the campus of Hudson High School. And on your screen, you are seeing the visiting Menomonie High School Mustangs from Menomonie, Wisconsin in white, playing from right to left on your screen, taking on your hometown Raiders in blue, playing from left to right on your screen. Tonight is a youth night, so there's lots of interesting activities going on around the stadium at halftime. If you are in Hudson and tuning in and you didn't know that, gather up your little ones and bring them down here for some fun. There'll be some on-field activities. And there is a goal to start the game. Goodness gracious, number 22, Natalie Rampton with the score. 22? Yeah, 22. Natalie Rampton on a scoring speed. 22. Just 2? Oh, Maggie Salama. That's number 2, Maggie Salama with the goal for your Raiders. My apologies on that. Number 2, Maggie Salama with the goal. Exciting play to start the game. She had space, she had time, and she placed that ball nicely. Upper part of the goal, and tough to get that. Goalkeeper was a little bit out, and wasn't misplaying it, but made it challenging, and Maggie buried that shot. So good to see Maggie Salama on the scoring board tonight. And that is Maggie's first score of the season, and that gives the Raiders a 1-0 lead at about the 1 minute mark. It's a cool night here in Hudson, but little humidity in the air. It's always potential for some rain, and we've had a bit. I think a lot of the weather has gone around us today, but it's a very comfortable night for playing soccer and for sitting in the stands, and it should be a fun night of soccer with youth night and good weather and all that good stuff. Hudson Raiders are off to a great start this season at 5-0, playing well and playing a whole variety of competition from around the state. They've beaten Wisconsin Rapids 4-0. Superior up the northern part of the state by Duluth, Minnesota. They won 2-1. They then played some teams on the other side of the state, DC Everest, more in maybe the north central, and won that game 3-2. Played Marshfield to a tight game, but won 1-0, and then recently beat Eau Claire North 4-0. So exciting times. These girls have come out strong, playing well together, and they're fun to watch. All right, Menomonie with the throw in here. We've had a little back and forth since that goal, and teams are settling in a bit. Salama again puts it in the middle. Ferrara up to Ransonici. Swarming defense here by the Mustangs, foils that attempt by the Raiders, and they're looking for the clear. Ball gets a little bit away from the Mustangs. That'll be a Raiders throw. Salama looking for the ball to take the throw. And actually that'll be number 9, Britta Holter, taking the throw. Gets it into Ransonici, or to Ramthen. She looks for a cross-field play, and as soon as I talked about the weather, now it's starting to sprinkle. Raiders setting up. Salama's gonna get to that ball. She would have liked to have gotten to it a little bit sooner, because then she might have been able to do a little bit more with it, but that's what happens. That ball is gonna be a Mustangs throw. We're now at about 4 minutes into the match. Raiders 1, Mustangs 0. Hard shoulder-to-shoulder collision. No foul there, though. That was a pretty 50-50 play on the ball, and ref does not call whistle, which is the right call. Menomonie plays it up the line. Seen some good maul movement from the Mustangs in their defensive end. Just haven't been able to quite make the transition up to their offense yet. Maggie McConnell there in the middle plays it out to Nevaeh Tillman, who plays a big ball up to the strikers, and it gets a little bit away, but everybody was a little hesitant there, and we saw Ramthen make a play on it and made it close. Sometimes just putting that pressure on causes errors, so it's always good to chase that ball down, especially on a cool night. You have more energy than on a hot night and things like that. So Raiders throwing deep in their territory. Ball gets in. That's to Lily Rouleau. Swarming defense by the Mustangs to try to get that ball more into the scoring area, but good play by the Raiders defense there. Comes Salama again. Plays a nice ball up to Ramthan. Good communicating there by the Mustangs. That looked a little closer, but good communication there between number 22, Sophia McNally, and goalkeeper Elizabeth Doran. That's a goal by the Raiders. 1-5. Number 15, Lindsay Ferrara with the goal for your Raiders. At about the 6.5-minute mark, it's number 15, Lindsay Ferrara with the goal for your Raiders. So with that, a nice point blank scoring play by Ferrara. And the Raiders start to stretch that lead a bit to 2-0 now. Oh, that ball just snuck through. Yep. Kind of a lot of people standing around, including kind of both teams. I don't know if they weren't expecting that cross. And the ball just snuck through there, and Ferrara, I think she actually looked a little surprised almost, but there was the ball, and she had a wide open goal to bury that, and she did. So sometimes those plays, you can actually put the ball wide or over, so good job to Ferrara to keep her composure and bury that shot to give the Raiders a 2-0 lead. Ferrara is a senior and a relative newcomer to the Hudson Raiders high school team, but she was playing soccer at the St. Croix club team because they play all year, and she felt like, I think that was a better fit for her, and she came back to play with the high school team her senior year, and it's good to have her. And there's the Raiders. Oof, again, another point blank opportunity, and Ramthan just gets a little bit of gets a little tangled up on the feet and gets that shot a little bit foiled for her. All right, we got a sub. I'm trying to see the number. I think that's the number 17. He's running sideways, so I can't see the number. In for the Raiders, number 17, Matea Langenal. All right, so Raiders now stretching that lead out to 2-0, maintaining offensive pressure and continuing to fight to keep that ball in their offensive end. Mustangs continuing to try to push it up. As is the case with a lot of games with the Raiders, is when it hits the defensive 3 or 4 on the Raiders, the progress is often stopped. So it's a tough defensive unit for the Raiders this year. Ramthan brings it in and tries to dish it at the end, but there's a swarming group of Mustangs there to put an end to that. Raiders reload at midfield. That ball is out to Raina Fort. Plays it in the middle to Ransonici. Tries to play it back to Lily Rouleau. And out to Tillman. Good ball movement by the Raiders defense. Got a little sneaky there. Holter able to save it. Played off the foot of number 9, Lauren Alexander of the Mustangs, and that'll be a Raiders throw. Ransonici on it. gets it taken, but she takes it back with a strong defensive play, shoulder to shoulder. Comes Ramthen sneaking in, tries to get a shot off, but that's blocked by number 22, Sophia McNally of the Mustangs. Raiders setting up with the corner kick. That's number 7, Maggie McConnell, the corner kick specialist of the Raiders. Senior player, will be missed next year. She's been a solid player for 4 years. She gets a nice cross in. It's nice, and that Ransonici. Can't see the number. 1-1. Yeah, that's Ransonici with the goal for your Raiders. Number 11, Armana Ransonici with the 3rd goal for your Raiders tonight. So Raiders now at the 11-minute mark with a solid 3-goal lead. A lot of game left, though, for the Mustangs to apply some pressure and see what happens. So we'll stay riveted here as Ramthen turns the corner and sends the ball nicely across. Ransonici's all over it, and she buries another one. Raiders are on top of things and applying a lot of pressure here to the Mustangs. That is again Armana Ransonici, number 11 for the Raiders with the goal. It is kind of fast and furious right now, and the Raiders are feeling it and getting the ball into the scoring area. The Mustangs need to really mark up a little bit more, I think, and really focus on the angles and plays there to cut those balls off, because some of these plays the Raiders are quite open. I'm sure they'll make some adjustments, and but here comes the Raiders again. Mustangs play some strong D there and get a clear, but it goes out of bounds. Right about the 12-minute mark. Hudson Raiders 4, Menomonie Mustangs 0. Ball squared over. Ramthen trying to do something, gets it taken, stripped. Another shot from distance there by, I believe that's Raina Fort. Good shot, made the defense, or the goalkeeper had to sprawl out to get that one, but a nice save by Elizabeth Doran. Not a lot Elizabeth could do about almost every one of those goals because they were quite close in. She's playing from where the ball came from, which is what a goalie has to do. And Raiders are moving the ball nicely, but they're also ending up with shots that are just really nothing really any goalie could do to stop most of those plays. So, but that was a nice last play there by Elizabeth Doran of the Mustangs. Raiders again on the move, looking for their 6th win of the season. They were scheduled to play about a week and a half ago against New Richmond, but a rainy night ruined that game, and it will be rescheduled. Not sure when or if it's been rescheduled yet, but we will hopefully be there if that is the case. Big clear by the Mustangs. Tillman goes up for it, but gets out-headed by the Mustangs there. Raiders play it back to Fort. Brings it all the way over to Holter. A little bit strong on that crossing ball and gets away. It's going to be a Menomonie throw-in. In for the Mustangs, number 4, Packy Zhang. be another throw for the Mustangs. This broadcast is brought to you by the River Channel, and we're a local broadcaster for Hudson activities and Hudson High School sports. And we appreciate everybody who is tuned in tonight, wherever you're from, whether it's Menomonie, whether it's Hudson, whether it's anywhere else. And we usually have people from, ooh, a big shot in there, nice play, and a nice save. I can't tell if that looks like it is. That's number 6, Sophia Bass, with a heck of a shot. Just kind of a tough angle to score from, and nicely played by Menomonie's goalkeeper, but a great shot by Sophie Bass. If you are watching the game on YouTube, some of you might be watching on Facebook, but if you are watching on YouTube right now and you want to give a shout out to a specific player or team that you're watching, please drop a comment in the comment area on the YouTube channel, and we'd love to know who you are, who you're rooting for, and where you're from. Usually we have people from all over the country tuning in, and it's always fun to see who is out there. All right, free kick for the Mustangs. Big blast on there, gets all the way into the Raiders defense. Takeaway there by Rouleau. Carries it up nicely, tries to thread the needle, but too much angle, too much defense. Nice takeaway there by Paula Flores of the Mustangs. Ball's played all the way over to number 17, Mateo Angano, sneaks it up to, I think that was Holter, and goalkeeper comes out and wisely plays it right off of the Raiders and will secure a goal kick there rather than a corner kick. In for the Raiders, number 5, Chloe Gregerson, and number 15, Lindsay Ferrara. Thanks for the shout out, Mike Grickus. Always good to see you tuning in, my friend, and hope we can get together sometime soon. Fun night of soccer here tonight. Ball's up to Ramthen. She does a nice cut move. Ooh, tries to sneak it through to Sophie Bass, but a little too much speed on that ball and a tough angle for Bass to catch up to. In for the Mustangs, number 12, Allison Zhu, and number 17, Ashley Sloop. Here comes Ramthen again. Sends a nice crossing ball. Deflected well by Sophia McNally away from the goal. Spins out, but that's going to be a corner kick for the Raiders. And that is going to bring Maggie McConnell over, and we'll see what she can do this time. Last time it was a beautiful ball and a Rancinici header, and they're going to look to replicate that. Mustangs need to mark up, stay tight on the Raiders, and try to prevent that this time. There's the ball. Nice punch out by Elizabeth Doran. Raiders play a sneaky, floating, spinning ball, but it just avoids the goal. And Elizabeth Doran collects it and give the Mustangs an opportunity to clear it out of that offensive end for a little bit. Ferrara on it, plays it out wide to Langenal. into Rampton. Has to fight to win it back, but does. Plays a little curling cross. Nobody home on that, but right idea on that. Playing far post. You hope some players will come flying in at that post, but that ball had a little heat on it and was a little bit of a tough angle to time on that. But right idea, good play. Those types of plays will serve them well on those strategic attacks as they move through the season and into the postseason. Ball comes all the way back to Chloe Gregerson, who's now part of that defensive unit for the Raiders. Again, collected by Elizabeth Doran, and will give the Mustangs a chance to punt. Like that she's taking her time a little bit, letting her offense move up the field to try to win these balls. We're now over the 20-minute mark. Raiders of Hudson in blue continue to lead by a score of 4-0 over the visiting Menomonie High School Mustangs in white. It was sprinkling for a bit. It seems like that has dissipated, and everybody's staying pretty dry here at Hudson Raider Stadium for now. Had a fair amount of rain this week in Hudson, Wisconsin. For those of you that are tuned in from elsewhere, Hudson is probably about 45 minutes to an hour east of Menomonie, right on the border with Minnesota on I-94. It's a river town with the St. Croix River as the border between Minnesota and Wisconsin. Number 4, Ella Bast in the game for your Raiders. We have a senior freshman sister combo on the Raiders. Sophie Bast, the senior, and Ella Bast, the freshman. And what a great opportunity for sisters to get a chance to play together. Probably at no other level were they able to do that other than high school varsity, and it's fun. I mean, it makes me happy to see that, and that they're both good contributors, and there'll be some good memories for them down the line. Here comes Tillman for the Raiders. Takes a left-footed boot up the field trying to hit Matea Langenal, but that kind of spun off Matea's foot a little, or Nevaeh's foot a little awkwardly and got away. Mustangs again trying to push this up. Have a little space there in the middle, but tough ball to handle, and the Raiders able to take it back. Ooh, nice turn move there by Sophie Bass. Really nice play there on a nice cutback move. She's right in there. Played into the goalie and takes it all the way in. What a great individual score by Ella Bast. Or 6. That's Sophie Bast. So great play there. Number 6, Sophie Bass with the goal for your Raiders. All right, folks, that is now putting the Raiders at a score of 5-0 with 17 minutes left in the first half. So Raiders off to a commanding lead. Looks like Elizabeth Doran got a little bit hurt on that play. That's a goal I'm going to rewatch a few times because Sophie Bass really made some nice individual moves there to get around the defense, and then kind of trailed that ball in after a little disruption from the defense. Goalie came out on her and she tucked it nicely and brought the goal home. So what a really nice play by Bast. All right, that is going to put us at Maggie Salama with the first goal, and then Armando Rancinici with a couple goals. And I think I did not write down the next goal, but I'll figure it out. Sophie Bast with the last goal, and Lindsay Ferrara had the fifth goal. So really a good amount of scoring here. 4 players scoring, and you like to see that on your team. You like to see a wide spread of goal scorers. We have a little stoppage here, so again, with the River Channel, we're certainly appreciative of everybody tuning in, whether you're watching this live or if you watch the recording later. I'm Jeff Ian, the announcer. I show up and talk. My friend and colleague Jeff Munter is the man that makes everything you're seeing and hearing happen. So thanks to Jeff for all of his excellent work in bringing this broadcast to you. We are up in the booth. It's a chilly night, and there's conflicting views of temperature here in the booth, and some want it warm, some want it cold. We're lucky to have such a luxurious booth that we can have heat, air conditioning, or open the windows, but yeah, we're very fortunate here in Hudson to have such a nice facility. Looks like Elizabeth Doran is back on her feet. We're glad to see that, and must be nothing serious, so that's always good to see. Another side note, one of Menomonie's assistant coaches, Lauren Chuckle. If you are familiar with Hudson soccer, you know the Chuckle name, but Lauren was a captain and a star player for the Hudson Raiders for many years in her high school years. Actually led the Hudson team to state. That's the last time they've been to state, and quality player, and actually was a stellar player at the University of Wisconsin Stout in Menomonie, which is how she got tracked into helping coach this girls team. So always good to see Lauren. I've known the family for years. Lauren graduated with my older son, and it was great to see her on the sidelines and see her contributing to the Menomonie team here, and helping women's and girls soccer advance in the Wisconsin area. I'm sure the Mustangs will miss Lauren. She's going to be graduating and has a job in industrial design, I believe, and we're really proud of Lauren for her graduating and all the good things she's been doing. So, oof, great play there. Good cross in, good heading attempt by, I think that was Ava Brown, but just gets over her, and that's going to be a throw-in for the Mustangs. Big throw, Raiders. Tillman comes in to win it. Crossing move in, good play out. Header in by Ferrara. Good defensive play by the Mustangs, but the Raiders will get a throw. Big throw in. Raiders get it, bring it back. Ferrara takes a big blast, but that goes awry and wide, and it'll be a goal kick for the Mustangs. Into the game for the Raiders, number 9, Britta Holter, and number 12. Oop, I don't have a number 12. Not sure who number 12 is. sure who number 12 is. It's not on the roster. Yeah. It's on the JV roster, but I think there's... Yeah. It's all right. I'll blame it on Mr. Chuckle. He's here. All right, here we go, folks. We have we're at the 26-minute mark, and Raiders continue to lead 5-0. Comes another goal kick here by Elizabeth Doran. Just played admirably despite the high pressure from the Raiders offense. Little battle in the corner there, and a lot of tangled up little mess that was, and foul ends up being called on the Raiders, and Menomonie will get a chance to clear this ball out of the defensive end and see if they can get their offense cooking here. Looks like it is raining out. Hard to see here up close to the booth, but when I look up at the lights, we've definitely got some rain coming down. That's going to start to affect things a little bit. It's coming fairly straight down. I'm not seeing the flags moving much, so there's not a lot of wind at least, but the rain can be cool. It can make things slippery. It can make that ball spin, so it'll be interesting to see what happens here. It's a youth night here at Raiders Stadium, so it'll be some fun activities even with the rain for kids who are here to get on the field at halftime and kind of experience that under the lights, and then some other activities around the concession stands. And then after the game, the Raider girl players will be available for an autograph session, so fun for everybody there. Hudson is a strong soccer community. Used to be the Hudson Soccer Association. Now it's the Western Wisconsin Soccer for Football Club. It really gets a lot of kids involved in soccer, whether they play long term or not, but great organization for youth soccer in the area. Ball comes through. Raiders defense moving around. I like this. Carry it up. No pressure. You should carry that ball up as far as you can until you can make a move. Big ball in. Stopped by the Mustangs, and a nice clear there by Mustangs defense. Tillman on it. She's bringing it up. Nice cutback. Bringing it outside. Trying to sneak it in. I think little miscommunication there, but right idea. They'll learn from that. Comes the Raiders in a big blast, but a nice stop by the Mustangs, who are putting it all on the line to get in the way of these shots, and plays a nice cut move. And that's a heck of a play by the Raiders, but Elizabeth Doran makes a great... That was a point-blank save she did make. She was in the right position. She didn't give up her position. She laid herself out to block a low shot as much as she could, and did a nice job on that. Ella Bass with that ball sends it to the corner. Raiders try to sneak it around the corner, and that's going to be a goal kick for the Mustangs. Cut through, dancing around. That's Ella Bast again, and Mustangs take that ball away. In for the Mustangs, number 3, Anna Bast. In for the Raiders, number 17, Matea Langenau. Ball comes all the way down to Hannah Kendhammer of the Raiders. hasn't seen a lot of action tonight. It looks like there's one shot on the board for the Mustangs, and good to get her involved. There's a oof again. Just ball's moving just a little fast for Sophie Bast, but she makes a good effort to get to that ball. But Elizabeth again, Doran gets to that ball nicely for the Mustangs. With some good ball movement here, getting it out wide to Holter. Plays it down. Mateo Langenal using her speed around the corner. Comes through, tries to cut the angle, but some good speed there from the Mustangs, and they're able to track that down and cut it off. Be a quarter kick here for the Raiders. Maggie McConnell lining up to take that ball. Mustangs have done a good job despite all the Raider pressure to avoid too many corner kicks. I think this is the third kick of the night. Often there'll be a lot more of those. Here comes McConnell. Really nice ball there. Just misplaced by a hair to head that ball, and that's all it takes. It's tough timing. Corner kicks are great opportunities because you get to put the ball right into the scoring area, but you still got to have the timing, and that's not always easy. So Mustangs looking for the clear, kind of whiffed on the kick, but able to still get the ball out. But McConnell's there. She takes a blast from distance, gets cut off. She's still in there, puts another shot on. A little more height on it, a little left-footed shot, but managed by Elizabeth Doran of the Mustangs, and our score remains 5-0 with the Raiders in the lead. Mustangs doing everything they can to get that ball in their offensive end, but the Raiders play pretty solid D all over the field, and they make that tough. There's Langenall in the corner. Good play there by the Mustangs, although that's going to be another corner kick for the Raiders. McConnell coming in, gearing up to put that ball probably in a similar spot she's been. Hope that, although a lot of Raiders are swarming a little bit closer than where she's been placing the ball. Yep, right in the same spot. Raiders were there, but not able to get a hefty foot or head on the ball. Ball comes out wide. Mustangs try to get the clear. And the ball goes far wide. Will be a Raiders throw. Big clear there by the Mustangs, but the ball gets out of bounds. Will be another Raiders throw-in. Cleared out by the Mustangs, but the Raiders defense pushing up into the offensive end actually, and keeps that ball in there. A little collision, but that happens, not always a foul. Sometimes people always think when people go down in soccer that it has to be a foul, but it's a physical game and it happens. So good no call by the ref. And McConnell with the take. Oh, and there's a goal. There's a goal. Number 6, Sophie Bast with another goal. I believe that is her second goal of the night, and that is exciting. It's Number 6, Sophie Bast with her second goal of the night.
That was a really great shot. Not only did she work hard to get open for that shot, but delivered it from distance and nice placement, nice little quick turn. I'm watching the replay right now. Nice quick turn and a really nicely placed shot. So another great play by Sophie Bast. That is going to be Sophie's third goal of the season, and that's fun to see. Big free kick here for Menomonie. Can get it a little bit deeper than they've had all game, and they get it into the box, but Hannah Kendhammer comes out and swipes that ball away, and she's going to plan to give that ball a ride here, get it back into their offensive end. Sneaky ball through. A little too much pace on it, though, and Elizabeth Doran of the Mustangs able to collect that and sends it far up the field.
Any of our youth in the attendance tonight that would like to participate in the on-field youth night activities, please start making your way to the north side of the field, which is towards the school, and we'll help you get down to the field at halftime.
All right, folks, we've got the Raiders again trying to push that ball up the middle, and the Mustangs fighting it off. Comes out to Langenall, gets a nice quick turn, uses a little speed burst to get open, makes a really nice turn. Whew. That was a nice play by the Raiders overall, but just a little wide of the net. Down to about 2.5 minutes in the first half. Raiders of Hudson with 6, and the Menomonie High School Mustangs 0. Throw there for the Mustangs. Now down to 2 minutes in the first half. Another throw in for the Mustangs. Rain keeps coming down here, but I'm sure the young ones on the field at halftime are going to still have fun. That ball got away from everybody. It took a while to get. It doesn't usually take that long to get a throw-in ball back, but it happens.
One minute.
With the 1 minute mark, the Raiders still trying to attack that ball, but Mustangs play it nicely and they get the clear. Raiders trying to thread the needle there. Up the middle is always tricky, but it can work from at times. But Mustangs are able to foil that attack up the middle. Good play there by the Raiders, and good ball collection by Mustang goalkeeper, and that going to give them a punt.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That's halftime, folks. Kids in the stands that want to have some fun on the field, head on down. We will see you in about 10 minutes. It's a cool rainy night. Hit that concession stand for some warm treats, and we'll see you back in a few minutes.
here we go. Second half of tonight's rainy, cool soccer matchup on the Hudson Youth Night here at Hudson Raider Stadium. We have the Hudson Raiders in blue now on the right side of your field, playing from right to left on your screen, and they currently lead the visiting Menomonie Mustangs, Menomonie High School Mustangs in white, who are on the left side of your screen. The Raiders are ahead 6-0, and we've got now the start of this second half. It was youth night, so lots of great activities on the field and a whole bunch of activities around the concession area for our young friends and fans who come to the game. The Raider girls varsity team gave a nice little, oh, that ball snuck through. Almost very dangerous, a big cross through. And Mustangs avoid a 7th goal there by a thin margin. So, but the Hudson Raider girls formed a little, I don't know what you call it, high five tunnel for all the young kids to run through to leave the field. And is that what we call it, Ms. Dirks? A high five tunnel? Is that what we call it? I may have just invented that term. Oh, big play by the Raiders, sorry, but a nice clear by the Mustangs on a point-blank shot. And Mustangs are getting in front of everything. They're playing the angles a little bit better and cutting off those shots, but the Raiders are going to have a corner kick attempt here. That's number 3, Ava Brown, lining up to take that kick for the Raiders. Thank you to the Roeder family for coming up. The Raiders had player number 12 enter the game, and Kelsey Roeder is number 12, but she wasn't on the roster. It's a nice ball, a little bit close to the end line to do a lot with offensively, but not a bad corner kick there, but nothing comes of it, which is often the case. And here's a big boot by goalkeeper Elizabeth Doran of the Mustangs. Raiders again getting a lot of action in the far end. And there's a goal for the Raiders. Who is that? That is... I'm not sure who that was. 22, Natalie Ramthen with the goal. So Natalie on the board, leading scorer of the Raiders. 21. Sorry, number 21, the Lily Rouleau with the goal for your Raiders. Close.
That's number 21, Lily Rouleau with the goal for your Raiders.
So the Raiders adding to their goal, or their lead, with another goal, their 7th of the night. 5 goal scorers, I believe. So that's always fun and exciting. I don't know if we have a point where we end the game on score. 8-0? Okay, so if the Raiders maintain or get an 8-goal lead at the 60-minute mark, the game will end as part of the Wisconsin high school rules. Tillman with a slippery ball there, I think she's having a little laugh at herself. Kind of misplayed that. But didn't throw it into the field, so the Raiders get to hang on to it. But she gets a nice throw off. Ball comes back to Tillman. And out of bounds, we a Mustangs throw. It's a rainy night. I think the Raiders would love to get the opportunity to put this one away a little bit early, avoid any injuries for either team, but we'll see what happens. Mustangs could also, with the rain, you never know what can happen, and they might sneak a score or two in, and so we will see here, folks. Stay tuned.
I think I was right the first time. I think it was 22.
Oh, was it? All right, we're going to make a correction. I think that was number 22 with the goal, Natalie Ramthen. And we'll, maybe I'll go back and take a quick peek here myself on the replay. Should have looked at what minute that happened. Oh yeah, that was Ramthen. Yep, number 22.
Correction on the Raider goal. That was number 22, Natalie Ramthen with the goal.
So Ramthen, that is her 7th goal of this young season, off to a tremendous start. And that was a tough angled shot and nice play for Natalie. Ball comes out, Raiders get another rip at it, but send it wide, and that'll be a goal kick for the Mustangs. Rain seems to be coming down stronger. The Raider field is ooh, big blast there, but nicely played, wet ball, strong shot. Elizabeth Doran makes a nice save and maintains that 7-0 score. Raiders field here is the artificial turf, but it takes the water well, but it does get slippery, so it does change how things play. The ball is still wet, and shoes are wet, and all those things that have come into play when trying to move that ball and take your shots. It's a nice switch over to Ferrara. Tough to get a solid shot, kind of when you're standing. Not much she could do on that, but she tries to get a hip turn on it, but not able to get a lot on that shot. But good try, good play by the Raiders. Much rather run in to meet that shot, but that was not something that was going to be possible on that play. So you do the best you can. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but good play by the Raiders. Mustangs again trying to get something going offensively here. Raiders defense stays strong though, sends it up. It's quite a bit ahead, but here comes, oh, just sends it wide. That was Ramthen again. She is on a full dead sprint, and that ball probably wasn't sitting just the way she wanted for a good shot, but she gets a good attempt. It's a good hustle play, and there'll be a goal kick here for the Mustangs. Tillman on it, pressured, ball gets by, Raiders defense is there. That's number 14, Raina Fort, hustling over, gets it up to Ava Brown, number 3, sends it up to Ferrara, and a nice defensive play by the Mustangs. It goes off the Raiders, and it'll be a Mustangs throw. Again, folks, if you're tuning in and you want to share who you're rooting for and where you're from, we'd love to see it in the chat on our YouTube channel. Ferrara sets it up, gets over to Ransonici, gets it over to Salama. Raiders are there again. Nice left-footed attempt by Ransonici. Not a lot of power on it, but I love it when players get their left foot on it when that's their only option, because any shot's a good shot in my book because you never know what's going to happen, and that didn't score, but I like to see it. Mustang sending that ball deep down the field, and Kendhammer is going to collect it. Actually, she takes a kick versus picking it up. Kind of ran out of time, but tough play there by the Mustangs to keep that ball alive, but then just got away from them. Ferrara on it on the side. It's going to be offsides by quite a bit. Ramthen got a little bit sucked into the play versus realizing where she was, because she was offsides by about 5 yards. Sometimes that happens when you're focused on the ball and things like that. It happens. We're now at the 50-minute mark. Hudson Raiders 7. Menomonie Mustangs 0. Maggie McConnell on it in the center of the field. Gets it out to Salama. He's getting battled and gets it taken. Sends it up the field. But there's McConnell again. Solid defender. Maggie's been a starter for at least 3 years, if not all 4 of her high school years. I can't quite remember. I think that was my first year of announcing, but she's been a solid player for years on that defensive end, and they're going to miss her next year. But the Raiders seem to always reload on talent because of the strong youth soccer programs here in the community. Raiders get it up, or Mustangs get it up, but just get it taken away. There's McConnell again. She's an awfully strong player. She gets it out to Tillman, another strong defender. This defensive unit of too many players for me to announce. Got about 7 players entering the game. Excited to see it. And a whole bunch of substitutions on both sides of the field. And here we go with a Mustangs throw-in. Elabast. Nice little turn and tried to punch it into the middle to Ransonici. Over to Rouleau. Nice cutoff by the Mustangs. Getting ready to send that ball back, but the Raiders take it again. Ooh, little misplay there by Holter, and but she's able to fight back and get it. Ball's now sent over to Gregerson. Pushed up by the Mustangs, but the Raiders defense able to get it back again. Little battle on the sidelines, and Raiders end up winning it. Ball goes up to Ramthen. He's taking it to the corner. Just going to cut back. Little foot. Ooh, nice foot moves there by Ramthen. I like the little step overs. But a good clear by the Mustangs. Holter, taking the ball all the way across the field and sends it in to Elabast. Tries to make a little cut move, kind of runs out of space with the defense, and cleared by the Mustangs. Raina Fort helping man the center, and gets the clear. We're at about the 54-minute mark. Rain just pouring down. Raiders with a corner kick on the far side of the field. I spent about 30 years of my life coaching soccer. I do not miss being in the rain like that. It's awfully nice to be in a nice warm booth while enjoying a game. Another blast tight onto the goal line there, and Raiders were on it. It's a tough spot to try to do anything with the ball, and that gets out of bounds, and it'll be a goal kick for the Mustangs. So the Raiders will continue their there's a big hit by Rampton, and that's a pretty obvious foul, and the Mustangs will get a free kick here. But the Raiders will have 3 games in a row starting tonight. They're playing tonight, obviously, but tomorrow at 6 o'clock at Eau Claire, at the University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire. The official field, don't know the name of it, but they will be taking on Kimberly High School tomorrow. And then Saturday, they'll take on Holman High School at 2 o'clock at Bollinger Field in Eau Claire as well. So Eau Claire hosting that little quad. The Raiders in Eau Claire won't play because they play each other in conference play already. So they're kind of having a joint venture together, which is a nice way to do it for teams. So get a little variety. They get to play some teams from other parts of the state and enjoy some weekend soccer. So 3 days in a row. Hopefully the girls, a game like this is going to give some of these girls some adequate rest to lead into those games. Kimberly is usually a pretty solid program. I'm not sure what Holman, what their team will be like, but weekend games can always be tricky with high school kids as well as younger kids. Sleep habits, eating habits on weekends are a little different, throws them off a little bit. 2 o'clock games versus evening games, but should be some fun soccer matches. Most likely we will not be broadcasting those games, so we will report back the scores. We do have a game next Tuesday though, here in Hudson against Chippewa Falls, and we'll share the results of those matches for sure during the broadcast next Tuesday. So tune in next Tuesday for more Raider soccer, and then there'll also be a game in Rice Lake next Thursday that I believe we will be broadcasting. So keep tuning in. Lots of good soccer here in the spring. Raiders now on it, sending it wide to Gregerson. Makes a nice play on the ball to keep control. And that ball's going to Langenall just saves it. Nice play. Tough angle to do much with there. Rather see that ball shot out maybe towards the free kick mark. But you do what you got to do sometimes. So number 4 coming in for the Mustangs.
Number 4, Pecky Zhang in for the Mustangs.
Raiders chasing it down. That's Chloe Gregerson with the throw. We also have Raina Fort back there on defense, along with Maggie McConnell and Britta Holter. Nevaeh Tillman getting a break. Big clear by number 18, Marie Zunker of the Mustangs. Taken back by Raina Fort, though. Sends it up the middle to Ella Bast. She's got some speed, makes a quick little turn and move. Nice play. Gets it out to Langenall, who sets a nice little cross, and there's a nice header by the Raiders. What a play. That's Ransonichi, number 11.
And that's a hat trick for number 11, Armana Ransonichi of your Raiders.
That also puts the Raiders at the 8-0 lead at the 58-minute mark and 47 seconds. Believe technically it's at the 60-minute mark that they will end the game, call it the mercy rule, and it's just good for the players. No sense in playing in a game that really has not much of a chance of comeback. Keeps players safe, especially on a rainy night. Lots of injuries could happen unnecessarily. So but Ransonichi, what a night. 3 goals, good play, and good all-around work by the Raiders here. If the game is ended early, and that'll be at the referee's discretion, sometimes they consult with the coaches, but we certainly appreciate everybody tuning in, and we look forward to you coming back at least next Tuesday. We may be broadcasting Friday, we'll see, but we certainly appreciate everybody tuning in to tonight's matchup. So, and as always, we appreciate the work of our Assistant Athletic Director, Tim Chuckle.
Trying to butter me up here there?
No buttering, just total appreciation.
We appreciate you too, sir. And everybody up here in the booth. Ryan Delacroix.
I assume they call it, not me, right? Yeah, there it is. All right, folks, that's the end of the game. Thanks for tuning in.
That's a win for your Raiders. I'd like to thank everybody for coming out for tonight's game. Thank our referees for a great match. Our athletic trainers, all of our friends from the Western Wisconsin Football Club helping out around the field. We really appreciate you all on this rainy night. All of our fans, thank you for coming out. The autograph signing and poster signing as part of Youth Night will now take place around the concession area. So please make your way there. And our Raider girls team will come and sign those posters and other things for our fans. We certainly appreciate, again, everyone coming out tonight. Please drive safely and have a nice night.
I'm a nice guy.